Even so does what is given here benefit the dead. He gave to me, she acted on my behalf. They were my relatives, companions, friends, Offering should be given for the dead. When one reflects thus on things done in the past.
For no weeping, no sorrowing, no other lamentation benefits the dead, whose relatives persist in that way. But when this offering is given, well placed in the Sangha, it works for their long-term benefit, and they profit immediately. In this way the proper duty to relatives has been shown. Great honor has been done to the dead, and monks have been given strength.
The merit you've acquired isn't small. 8. Nidhi Khanda, the reserve fund. A person stashes a fund away deep underground, at the waterline. When a need or duty arises, this will provide for my needs. For my release if I'm denounced by the king, molested by thieves, in case of debt, famine, or accidents. With aims like this, in the world, a reserve fund is stashed away.
But no matter how well it's stored, deep underground, at the waterline, it won't all always serve one's need. The fund gets shifted from its place, or one's memory gets confused, or, unseen, water serpents make off with it, spirits steal it, or hateful airs run off with it. When one's merits ended, it's totally destroyed.
But when a man or woman has laid aside a well-stored fund of generosity, virtue, restraint, self-control, with regard to a shrine, the Sangha, a fine individual, guests, mother, father, or elder sibling, that's a well-stored fund. It can't be wrested away. It follows you along. When, having left this world, for wherever you must go, you take it with you.
This fund is not held in common with others. Cannot be stolen by thieves. So, prudent, you should make merit. The fund that will follow you along. This is the fund that gives all they want to beings human, divine. Whatever devas aspire to, all that is gained by this. A fine complexion, fine voice. A body well built, well formed. Lordship, a following. All that is gained by this.
Earthly kingship, supremacy. The bliss of an emperor. Kingship over devas in the heavens. All that is gained by this. The attainment of the human state. Any delight in heaven. The attainment of unbinding. All that is gained by this.
Excellent friends. Appropriate application. Mastery of clear knowing release. All that is gained by this. Acumen, emancipations. The perfection of disciplehood. All that is gained by this. Private awakening. Buddhahood. All that is gained by this. So powerful is this. The accomplishment of merit. Thus the wise, the prudent, praise the fund of merit already made.
Notes. 1. Proper practice of the Dhamma. 2. Clear knowing equals knowledge of previous lives, knowledge of the passing away and arising, rebirth, of beings, knowledge of the ending of the mental effluence, sensual passion, becoming, views, ignorance. Release equals release from the cycle of rebirth. 3. Acumen equals acumen with regard to the Dhamma, to its meaning, to language, to quick-wittedness. These 4 talents are found in some, but not all, arahants.
4. Emancipations. The Mahanidana Siddhanta, DN 15, describes the 8 emancipations as follows. Possessed of form, one sees forms. This is the first emancipation. Not percipient of form internally, one sees forms externally. This is the second emancipation. One is intent only on the beautiful. This is the third emancipation. With the complete transcending of perceptions of physical form, with the disappearance of perceptions of resistance, and not heeding perceptions of diversity, thinking, infinite space, one enters and remains in the sphere of the infinitude of space. This is the fourth emancipation. With the complete transcending of the sphere of the infinitude of space, thinking, infinite consciousness, one enters and remains in the sphere of the infinitude of consciousness. This is the fifth emancipation. With the complete transcending of the sphere of the infinitude of consciousness, thinking, there is nothing, one enters and remains in the sphere of nothingness. This is the sixth emancipation. With the complete transcending of the sphere of nothingness, one enters and remains in the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception. This is the seventh emancipation. With the complete transcending of the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception, one enters and remains in the cessation of perception and feeling. This is the eighth emancipation.
Now, when a monk attains these 8 emancipations in forward order, in reverse order, in forward and reverse order, when he attains them and emerges from them wherever he wants, however he wants, and for as long as he wants, when through the ending of the mental fermentations he enters and remains in the fermentation-free release of awareness and release of discernment, having directly known it and realized it in the here and now, he is said to be a monk released in both ways. And as for another release in both ways, higher or more sublime than this, there is none. 5. Private awakening, awakening as a private Buddha, one who can gain awakening without relying on the teachings of others, but who cannot formulate the Dhamma in the way a full Buddha can.
9. Karaniya Metta Sutta, goodwill. This is to be done by one skilled in aims, who wants to break through to the state of peace. Be capable, upright, straightforward. Easy to instruct, gentle, not conceited. Content easy to support. With few duties, living lightly. With peaceful faculties, masterful. Modest, no greed for supporters.
Do not do the slightest thing that the wise would later censure. Think, happy, at rest. May all beings be happy at heart. Whatever beings there may be. Weak or strong, without exception. Long, large. Middling, short. Subtle, blatant. Seen, unseen. Near, far. Born seeking birth.
May all beings be happy at heart. Let no one deceive another, or despise anyone anywhere, or through anger or irritation wish for another to suffer, as a mother would risk her life to protect her child, her only child. Even so should one cultivate a limitless heart with regard to all beings,
with goodwill for the entire cosmos. Cultivate a limitless heart. Above, below, all around. Unobstructed, without hostility or hate. Whether standing, walking, sitting, or lying down. As long as one is alert, one should be resolved on this mindfulness. This is called a sublime abiding. Here now. Not taken with views, but virtuous consummate in vision. Having subdued desire for sensual pleasures, one never again will lie in the womb.